Alright, you're live, buddy.
Cool.
I'm good to start the timer whenever you are.
Okay. Alright, let's do this. 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck, lad.
Thanks, man. Alright, hello fellow Degens, my name is Paperario. I'm going to be playing Super Mario Sunshine for the Nintendo GameCube, released in 2002. I'll be running the any % category. For those of you who haven't been watching this marathon, what that entails is beating the game as fast as possible through whatever means necessary. In this game, it means collecting the 7th shine in every world, but whenever there's a way to skip a shine, we take advantage of that, so you'll see that a couple times in the run. This run starts off really anticlimactic in that we have to watch a bunch of cutscenes, but you know what? It's what happens. So yeah, the beginning's very slow, but after that it gets pretty good, so I hope you guys enjoy the run. If you notice the subtitle, or no, yeah, the subtitles were in Japanese. I'm playing on the NTSC-J version. There's a couple reasons for that. The text is slightly faster than the American version, but it is slower than the PAL version. So PAL has the fastest text, but NTSC-J has the fastest load times. So there's a couple other version differences that you'll see throughout the run, but those are the main ones.
Subject identified as Mario, resident of the Mushroom Kingdom. Data storage complete. I am Flood, a flash liquidizer ultra dowsing device. I hope to be of assistance. Proceeding with user instruction. Use the R button to shoot water from my tank. If you press the R button all the way down, you can stop and shoot. You can then use the control stick to aim in any direction. Press the X button to switch to the hover nozzle. You can then press the X button to hover in the air for a short time. If this tank is
Not real much else to say while these cutscenes go on. I guess I can talk a little bit about myself. So I've been playing this game for a considerably long time. I started in February of 2017, or not 2017, 2012. So almost 6 years at this point. So I've seen this game through thick and thin, through quite a journey. Anyways, this Blue Piranha Plant, he's the easiest of them all. You can just kind of spray at him. The other ones you have to time your sprays, which doesn't make them too much harder. You'll see this boss quite a bit throughout the run. And yeah, this is our first Shine Sprite. We're going to need 43 of these to beat the game, but they're a specific 43. And yeah, this is the last set of cutscenes, the major set of cutscenes. There will be a couple other small ones, but this is the big bunch.
Court is now in session. As you are no doubt aware, someone has been senselessly defacing Fair Delfino Isle using some paint-like substance. The accused is charged with polluting our beautiful home, and yes, endangering our very way of life. Indeed, how can one not be aware of what is going on? Though it is daytime in Delfino Plaza, our poor residents tremble beneath a veil of darkness. Expert shrine scholars have determined that this darkness has arisen because of all of our guardians, the shrine sprites, have vanished from their gathering spot at the shrine gate. The reason? It's quite obvious. This horrible graffiti is to blame. Behold this sketch of the perpetrator based on eyewitness description. The truth is obvious. The guilty party sits among us. It is none other than Mario.
Objection!
Overruled. I judge the defendant guilty as charged. I hereby order the defendant to clean this entire island. Until Isle Delfino is completely free of his vile handiwork, Mario shall not be allowed to leave. Court adjourned.
This appears to be quite a predicament, Mario. Data analysis verifies that the island's inhabitants are indeed troubled by pollution, but the pollution itself is not the main problem. Mario, you witnessed this object at the airstrip, correct? It is a shine sprite. Shine sprites are the source of power on Isle Delfino. They used to gather in great numbers at the Shine Gate, but the graffiti incident has polluted the island and most of the Shine sprites have fled. There is no longer any
Almost
power
done.
to
A little bit
support the
longer.
peaceful lifestyle of the islanders. It is most pitiable. The only way to ensure the return of the Shine sprites is to keep the island from becoming any dirtier. The perpetrator is likely at work even as we speak. And you, Mario, are being treated as a criminal.
What's going on?
Tomorrow we
I'm
must
just
do
trying to
our
open the
best to
chat.
resolve this situation.
Go straight that way. You can't miss the mesh now. Your first job's to get rid of all that ugliness. And remember,
Did it not open?
real
Oh,
good
God damn it!
work
I did all that work for nothing.
real
Sorry guys, I was trying to open the chat that entire cutscene, because I forgot to do that before I started. Anyways, we're getting started here. You're noticing I'm doing these things called hover slides. Water sliding is the fastest way to move in this game, so you're going to see that I do that quite a bit throughout the run. And right there, fun fact, we actually saved Green Toad for RNG purposes. Okay, I know it sounds crazy, but like hear me out. So the game, when we're doing PD, Piranha, which you'll see in a little bit, and early cycle, it looks at the Green Toad's clean value for this specific moment, right? So, because I cleaned them off, guaranteed good RNG on both those shines. Anyways, this is our arch rival in this game. His name is Shadow Mario. We have to kill him a considerable number of times. This is the first one. Very simple, but if you do mess it up, he takes a very long trip around the plaza all the way over this way. And right here, there's a little trick. I actually got it, cool. So that's early M. You can unlock this M graffiti before Shadow Mario actually sprays it, or like opens it up, so it allows us to enter Bianco a little bit faster. Anyways, so Bianco is the only world that has an intended shine skip. Normally you're supposed to do the first episode, but the game developers left the second episode here for some reason. So that's why we can go directly to this mission without doing the first one. Right here we use a spider to get up here really quickly, and now what we're going to do is called windmill wall kicks. And got it, cool. Alright, so this is a good time to mention spam sprays. Spam sprays are another useful tech throughout this game that you see used a lot. It's this giant shotgun blast thing. So we use it to clean up large areas of goop and also to fill up PD Piranha's mouth a bit quicker. So compared to just spraying his mouth, it fills up considerably faster. As you can see, it would normally take maybe 3 or 4 seconds to fill up his mouth, but we can fill him up almost instantaneously with spam sprays. So right here we stand right where the shine spot is, and then we jump. What this does is it allows us to grab the shine, and then the reason I jump is so that way I get to the ground a little bit faster. What you see most people do is they do a jump ground pound, which is actually a little bit slower than timing a jump and then letting your normal fall speed take you down. So that was the one intended shine skip. As you can see, Bianco 1 was shaded in gray because we didn't complete it. Anyways, moving on to Bianco 3 here. This is the first instance of a secret level. In those levels, Shadow Mario takes Flood away. In some levels later on, it'll be a little bit trickier, but this one is fairly simple. So as you can see, Shadow Mario is going to take away Flood. We have to do this stage without Flood. Kind of SM64 platforming style. It's important to note that most secret stages are on a cycle-based thing, so you'll have objects that are spinning or moving in some way. So generally, if you make a mistake, you're going to lose a cycle, which is generally not a good thing. So you notice Rico Harbor is opened up here, so we're going to go unlock this now, and it's because of these things called event cutscenes. So whenever there's something to do in the plaza, the game will tell you to go do that thing. So it's like, hey, you can open up Rico Harbor now. And those take about 3 seconds, so we want to eliminate as many of those as possible, and since we have to open Rico Harbor up anyways, it's best to get it out of the way as soon as possible. And right here coming up is a skip called Travel Skip. Instead of having to go all the way back to Bianco Hills after this cutscene plays, what we're going to do is we're going to do it during the cutscene. And so both cutscenes are going to play at the same time. The game gets confused. And it results in us not having to travel back. It saves about 10 seconds. Alright, so this is Bianco 4. One of SMS Runner's favorite shines to IL, because the movement in the shine is super cool. Whoops, that was a mistake. That's fine. So what I tried to do there was a GWK, which is known as a glitchy wall kick. Basically, if you press the Y button before you wall kick, you can get a wall kick that goes in the same direction you're facing, which allows us to do wall kicks that let us go against a wall instead of having to wall kick away from the wall. In that stage, you also saw what's known as a momentum spin jump. So what that is basically when Mario is running on a slope, he runs considerably faster. So because of that, we can take advantage of that to do spin jumps off of that and get crazy speed when we do a spin jump. And that's a big thing about SMS speedrunning now, is conserving momentum when you're going really fast. So, whoops. That's fine. But yeah, so like conserve your momentum, so whenever you're going fast, you want to maintain going fast because that's obviously fast. You know. So this is PD Piranha. This is the first major instance of RNG in the run. There was one a little bit earlier with a spider that we had to bounce on. He is randomly generated somewhere in the level, but this is the first major instance of RNG. PD has several places he can go in the map, and where he goes, and the pattern he gives you is very different sometimes, and it can cause a lot of time to be lost depending on the pattern that he gives you. This is a pretty good starting spot. Depends on what PD does after this. Alright, so we went over the wall. So that's not great, but this pattern could still be okay. Alright, that was the best thing he could have done there. So PD can also give you a tornado or not give you a tornado. Tornadoes aren't as big of a deal as the pattern PD gives you, but they're about a second and a half for each tornado. Alright, that wasn't a bad pattern, but definitely was not great RNG overall. Oops, that was not good. That's kind of the way the most Sunshine runners fill up PD's mouth. They do a backflip and then spam spray. I'm a little inconsistent at it, so that's why I don't go for it very often. And then right here we stand right where the shine is. Alright, so we're gonna leave Bianco Hills. The reason we do this is for event cutscenes, so we're gonna go to Gelato Beach. Gelato Beach used to be one of the worst worlds in any percent speedruns, but now it's definitely one of the better worlds because of a skip that was found by a guy named Tobal about 3 years ago. It basically, so in Gelato Beach, the 8th shine is always available on every level, but it's blocked by a glass barrier that was like impossible to clip through. But then Tobal found a way to clip through it, so now we can skip the entirety of Gelato Beach using a fruit clip. You'll see that quite a bit. You can clip through a lot of things in this game using several objects like fruit or springs, and it's very useful in a couple shines. So the way we do this skip is we need to get a coconut. So that's the first thing we gotta do. So grab a coconut out of this tree. And then what we need to do is we need to get a specific angle so we can walk up against the coconut on the hut. Position ourselves, and then time a hover, and then get the shine. And now we skipped all of Gelato Beach. All we have to do is we have to go back to the 7th mission because that's the shine the game actually checks, so that we can unlock Corona. And yeah, we're already done with Gelato Beach 3 minutes into it. So we're gonna go to Pianta Village. This is generally one of the later stages in a casual playthrough, but for this route it makes the most sense because we still need shines to get to Pinna Park, and this is right on the way to going to Pinna Park, which is gonna be the world after this. Whoops. So that right there was called Pianta Early. Most people don't really think about it anymore because it's kind of just like natural, but it allows us to get up to Pianta Village without the use of either Yoshi or the rocket nozzle. So it allows us to do this route. Ooh, this is bad. Oh! Oh! I don't know how that worked. I went right in between the fire there. If I had gotten burned, that would have been pretty bad, because the chomp wouldn't have gone where I wanted him to go. But in the end, it doesn't matter, because I got bad RNG. Whoops. No, I thought that might happen. Well, that's unfortunate. Right there I paused because that spawns the shine. In this scenario I probably shouldn't have paused, but yeah, that's no big deal. It was a few seconds. When I said I got bad RNG, that chain chomp can go two different ways. He can either go the path he did, which was behind the back over there, or he can go to a spot that's closer to the pool, and you want the spot that's closer to the pool. Now this is Il Piantissimo. Like, this guy, he's really fast. Like, do not underestimate this man. He will kill runs any day if you even think about going slow against him. So we have to do some pretty advanced and technical movement here in order to beat him because he is very fast. And we managed to beat him. The run is alive, folks. Do not worry. But in all seriousness, it doesn't matter how fast you beat El Piantissimo because regardless of how fast you go, he will always take the same amount of time to get to the finish. So that's why we can kind of goof around during Piantissimo. So this is Pianta 3. Normally the game intends you to go some really ridiculous route to get to the shine, but what we can do is we can use invincibility frames to completely skip most of the shine. So we get hit by the wind guppy here, and then we go all the way to the end. Normally what the game wants you to do is it wants you to go all the way around the level, under the level, all the way around the underside of the level, and then through the top of the level. But by doing that, we completely skip most of that. There are quite a few ways to do that shine, but that is by far the fastest way to do it. So this chain jump is also random, but it doesn't really matter too much. This was the worst RNG, but it only loses about 2 seconds compared to the best RNG. We also hold his chain because that makes the chain chomp go faster for whatever reason. And then right there we lured the chain chomp into his pool, so that way we don't have to pull him in, which saves quite a few seconds. Alright, coming up is a pretty important trick in the run. It's called Yoshi Skip. Back in the day, this trick used to be like really hard, and that's why Sunshine runners would opt to do it at the beginning of the run, because of how, you know, time costly the skip is to miss, but it also does save quite a bit of time. So normally you need Yoshi to get down to the secret, but through using a clip, we can actually get into the secret without using Yoshi, which enables us to do this route in general, but it's also considerably faster. And then coming up is a pretty important RNG-based cycle. It's called early cycle. Basically, if the Pianta at the end is standing in a specific spot, we can talk to him before he has to take a lap around the top of the stage, and that saves about 25 seconds. But it's all RNG based, so I'm not gonna go for that. I could have gone for that, but that would have been a little bit risky. Definitely wasn't an impossible early cycle to get, but it would have been very risky. And right here, you're going to notice I bounce on the Pianta's head. It's kind of a consistency thing. You waste 2 seconds to ensure that he doesn't stop, when the Pianta can stop for very long periods of time. And that right there is a backwards throw. By pressing the Y button, you can have the Pianta throw you backwards, which is pretty fast. So this is Pianta 6. This is the second. This is probably the level that most Sunshine runners like to IL. Second would be Bianca 4. But this level's super cool because of the in-game timer and just how fun the movement is. The goal is to get above like a 210. But some runners are really crazy. You can get above 215s consistently. Missed that unlock. Generally you see me trying to unlock these Piantas earlier than when I just walk up to them and spray them. This is because they have an animation where you have to, where they like kind of jump out of the ground. So by unlocking them early, we kind of save that animation. 211's a pretty good time, but can do better. But yeah, wrapping up Pianta Village, and then we're going to move on to the next world in the run. If you noticed on most of the Pianta Village shines, I decided to do a bridge water slide, which is faster. On this shrine, I choose not to do it for consistency's sake. I'm a little more consistent at doing the shrine when I just do jump dives, getting the Pianta or the Shadow Mario quick kill, so that's why I choose to do that instead of doing a bridge water slide. So coming up as honey skip, instead of entering this cutscene, what I'm going to do is I'm going to die on the same turn that I entered the cutscene, and that's going to cause a cutscene skip. That should work. If it doesn't, I'm going to be very sad. Okay, cool. Shout out to How to Cantaloupe for coming up with that setup. We align in a specific spot, hover for a little bit, and then ground pound and sidestep perfectly to the left. And it works most of the time. The window is very large, so it was really useful in making that skip consistent. So that wasn't the only cutscene skip. We're about to do a couple more. Whoops. So if we exit the area before entering this cutscene, it skips this Mecha Bowser cutscene. These are the only cutscenes you can do them on because they're different from most other cutscenes in some way. So yeah. And then this is the Mecha Bowser fight. This fight is very precise because we try to hit Mecha Bowser with a lot of rockets. A little high there. Dang. Oh, whoops. Oh, that's not good. I normally don't miss that rocket. Alright, that's unfortunate, but... Please? Yeah, I have to wait here. Pretty bad Mecha Bowser fight, but it's okay. Right here we skip the cutscene again by exiting area. So yeah, unfortunately, with the strats I do, if I miss one Mecha Bowser shot, I lose a considerable amount of time, but it's not the end of the world. So yeah, hope you all enjoyed the marathon that was put on for you. As it's coming to a close, this is the last day. Unfortunately, you'll have to wait quite a bit for another Degen dash, but it's okay, you'll always have the VODs to look at. This is actually one of the easier secrets in the game. We get up here very quickly. The cycle is very lenient. So yeah, that's one of the easier secrets throughout the run. A little bit harder than Bianca 3, but not by much. Hashtag bless Degen dash. Alright, so this is Pinna 3. This level's gotten fairly technical over the past couple years. There's even a new strat here that's really ridiculous, but I'm not going to be going for it because it's very difficult. It only saves like 2 to 3 seconds. So we can do a momentum spin jump off the boat and get all the way over here. Then we can sneak past those electric Koopas, so we don't have to climb all the way up. It's a little bit faster. So this is pin of 4. This level's pretty important. There's gonna be 5 of these, I think they're called Snooze-a-Koopas. And I want to kill all of them in one cycle, so I have to kill all 5 of them after I kill the first one. So, luckily there are very good setups and strats to do such thing. So we unlock all of them at the beginning, and then get these 2 guys' attention. Get these guys' attention. Kill them. Kill them. Oh no! No! I blew it. I apologize, people. I was very slightly off in that last Snooze-a-Koopa, so that's why he didn't die. Luckily, that one's very close, so he should almost instantly attack me. Yeah, that was good enough. So unfortunately, I lose about 10 seconds, but not much I could, or I guess I made the mistake, but not much I can do after I mess that up. Alright, so I bet you're thinking we're gonna do Pinna Park like normal, do 5 and 6, and then be done. Well, actually, there was a skip discovered in Pinna Park a while back that allows us to skip Pinna 5 and a little bit of 6. So we have to get Yoshi for it, so that's why we have to do missions 1 through 4. But after this, I'm gonna enter Pinna 3, and we're gonna do a skip called Early Yoshi Go Round. It's very complicated. I'll explain it all after I'm done with it, because the skip is very difficult. Alright, that should be good. So that's EYG. So basically what we do is we get 2 of those Soren stews, lure them over here, use one of them to clip through the wall, use the other one to make a platform that gets us over here. And the reason we need to do that is because of the fact that there's invisible walls surrounding the entirety of the park, so that's why we have to use that platform. And through doing that, we skip Pinna 5 and a little bit of 6, which saves about a minute and a half. So yeah, that skip was discovered by a group of Sunshine players called the Good People. And that skip actually started out as a bunch of parts and in a different episode entirely, but thanks to a Japanese runner, named Zelpiku Kirby, who discovered we can do it in episode 3. He made that skip much more consistent. Before it used to be done in episode 2, and you had to get a purple bowl built, which is a mess. But now you don't need a purple bowl build, so the shine became less RNG based, which is a very good thing for the run. Alright, so we're entering Rico Harbor. Rico Harbor is probably every Sunshine runner's favorite level. Mainly because the movement in here is very good, in addition to the fact that this level has no RNG. So, it's very good overall. The first mission's kind of bland, but it picks up after here. I actually messed up the movement a little bit, as you probably saw, but it's gonna happen, you know. This is the first Glooper Booper boss fight. We fight this guy 2 times, supposed to be 3 times, but you'll see how that affects later in the run. And we're also going to do this race without a blooper, which is faster.
Pupper,
What's up?
are you dropping like infinite frames?
I dropped a few.
Okay, let me reset this then. Okay, you're fine. Keep going.
Shoutouts to Milk, the manager of this marathon. He's a G. Yeah, I did drop quite a few frames there. I apologize, everyone. But it looks to be going strong again. This isn't my first year running this game. This is actually almost my 6th year running this game. I started about 5.5 years ago. What's up? alive. Don't worry, friends. You didn't miss anything important. Alright. So the way blooperless works is we just basically hit a bunch of checkpoints throughout the level. And that allows us to be able to skip the blooper. So basically, when you're doing the blooper race, the game checks specific checkpoints, so it sees if you went past these certain points, and so we basically just hit those points without using the blooper. And so that's how we can do the shine blooperless. I do speedrun 100%, not currently, but it's actually the category that I enjoy more than any percent. Alright, a couple more shines in Rico, and then we're going to be entering the late game of this run. We still have to finish up the couple shines left in Bianco, but we're getting to the last couple worlds in the run. Damn, that was a good race time. Most of the time you see low 32s or 31s. That was a mid 32. That's a really good time. Oh god. It's all good. No need to panic. Didn't I hold the 80% record? Yeah, I did hold the record for a very small bit of time. Mainly because Gelato Beach Skip was found, but we looked past those small details. Yeah, that's that Shadow Mario fight. Not a very hard one. Even you could do this Shadow Mario that fast. All you do is have to hold forward and press R. It's not complicated. Anyone can do it. Top level runners usually add in a dive, but you don't have to do that by any means. But yeah, If you've watched previous Degen dashes, you may know me as running Kirby's Epic Yarn in a couple of them. Decided to pass that torch on to a fellow runner named Funky Billiards. If you saw that run, you know how epic his commentary was, and I think it was a very good choice to let him show off his skill, because I'm not the only person that plays that game very well. So this is Bianco 6. This is a pretty nerve-wracking secret sometimes, especially with the new strats, but they're not too hard. Fun fact, the world record actually has a death in this shine, which is real funny, but it's definitely a showcase of how good Nindide's skill is. Who is the world record holder currently? Kirby's Epic Yarn is quite the cute game. Oops. Oh, that was still pretty fast. Is Mario actually human? It's a good question. If I had an answer, I would let you know. Alright, so we're gonna make Shadow Mario go to the left here. This strat's pretty recent, but oh, never mind. Shadow Mario has a mind of his own. He was not supposed to do that, but that's okay. Normally you want Shadow Mario to go the other way there because that's faster, but it's not a huge deal if he goes that way. So this is probably one of the worst shines in this entire speedrun. This Manta fight can be really annoying sometimes, and it's not fun, and it's RNG based and skill based, and it's just not a good shine. It used to be really bad back in the day, but thanks to a runner named Wilco, we now have some better strats for the Manta fight. That was probably a little bit too early. Oh, this is bad. This is not what you want to happen. You want the mantas to be really close to each other so you can spam spray multiple of them, but where's the last one? No way, is he all— how? That was a really bad Manta fight. That pink phase took really long. Or getting to the pink phase took a very long time. Not what you want to happen. Alright, so that went pretty poorly, but it's alright. He's spawning the Manta. I have no clue what you're talking about. But yeah, as you can clearly see, that shine is pretty bad. I messed it up pretty badly by spraying him very early in the start, but that shine is just not fun in general. I probably lost about 30 seconds there to compare to a good Manta. Plus the time I lost from Shadow Mario going the other way, but it's whatever. Nice water slide. So Serena 2 is definitely one of the harder secrets in the run. But it's not too bad most of the time. That momentum for spin jump is pretty scary. Because if you miss it, you lose quite a bit of time, but it's not too bad. That was on practice codes. That makes sense. So this is Serena 3. Normally you have to run around the hotel to try to get a pineapple, and then you have to do some crazy shit. But what we're gonna do is grab a banana. And clip through this ceiling, and then get to the end. Not too difficult. But yeah, Serena used to be a really bad stage in 90%, but thanks to quite a number of clips, it's not nearly as bad. Because Serena 3 used to be bad and Serena 4 was bad, but now they're both really short shines. So right here, this is Casino Skip. Because of the way the game developers made the casino, we're actually able to skip all of it. So we grab onto this ledge right here, sidestep through a wall, and bonk. Don't worry, it's all intentional. It's RNG manipulation. Oh god. Can I get in there? Don't worry, all RNG manipulation. Practice codes were codes developed by, or like a set of cheat codes developed by people to make practicing more efficient. By making it so you could reload levels faster. What is my favorite secret mission? I mean, honestly, I don't really like any of the secret missions. I gotta go with probably Rico 4. I think Noki 6 is like the overrated option. I think Rico 4 is interesting. It's unique and it's fast. Alright, so this is King Boo. So this is what the RNG manipulation was for, right? So King Boo is completely RNG on what he gives you. Basically, we want to get fruit, and then something that's not fruit, and then fruit, something that's not fruit, and then fruit. Making it a 5-cycle King Boo fight. But sometimes King Boo can give us extra cycles, which are not good. They waste about 6 seconds and can't really do much about them. Right here, what you're going to see I'm going to do is after he spawns these guys, I'm going to cancel the cycle, which is faster than waiting for the cycle to end naturally. Wow, so this is bad. He's gonna give us bubbles, which is not a good thing to happen, but alright, perfect RNG. And you guys thought my RNG manipulation was bullshit. I would never lie to you people. People do like Noki 6, especially because of how the secrets changed over the years. Alright, so this is the one stage that's really bad on the Japanese version. Because of invisible goop as well as a stricter goop cleaning requirement, this level is much harder on the Japanese version. It usually loses about 10 seconds, but you'll see some people who are really good at this shine, they lose barely any time here. They're just really accurate with their spam sprays, and they can get really good spam sprays. I'm not very good at this shine, even though I've been doing this level for such a long time. If you watch the Japanese runners do this stage, you know, they're so at home doing this shine because it's just like, it's what they grew up on. But us people who switch to the Japanese version are like, God, this is so much harder. Alright, 2:14 is not a bad time for me. But yeah, that loses about, you know, 10 seconds compared to other runners who are playing on PAL or NTCU. Yeah, one more episode in Serena, and then we're moving on to Noki, which is probably the second best level in the NA% speedrun. How did you not grow up on the Japanese version? Well, you see, I live in America. And in America, we don't have Japanese games for just fun, you know. Alright, I'll go for the strat for the fans. So basically there's a really fast Noki 1 cycle you can do. That requires some ridiculous movement. But I'm gonna go for it because... Oh, never mind. Plan dead. Plan dead. Plan dead. Oh. So yeah, that got me 1 cycle slower on the goop ball cycles, but it only wastes about 4 seconds. And yeah, the last world of this run, almost done. Missed the plan. There was no plan. No plan, only speed. That's all I know. So early in the run I mentioned a spring clip. Basically a lot of objects in this game allow you to clip through corners. So in this episode we're going to use a spring to completely skip the 3rd Gooper Blooper boss fight that no one remembers at this point. Oh, whoops. I was going too fast. But yeah, so that spring clip skips the last Gooper Blooper boss fight. We saved that Gooper Blooper. He deserves to live on. We can't kill all the bloopers. We have to leave some for them to regenerate and one day grow into the proud race they are today. So right here, there's a very important strat that I need you all to be aware of. It's called Paper Strat. Now this strat is very important to the run as it manipulates the rest of the RNG, as well as it's very swaggy, and you're about to see it. Why'd I pause? Oh no! Oh frick, I exit area. What? I didn't see this coming. But yeah, that's Paper Strat. So basically, it's a little bit slower, but oh god. We do it for the lulz. That's all it is. It's just exiting area before you enter this level. It doesn't do anything. It's actually a little bit slower, but it's funny. The run was over, guys. I exited area. Like, what can I do? It's all ogre. So this is the eel boss fight. This used to be one of the hardest shines in the 80% speedrun, but over the years people have found a way to make the shine not nearly as bad as it used to be. Yeah, we can't do anything to fall faster, so we kind of just sit this out for a little bit. But the eel fight's pretty complicated. I'll explain it a little bit. But basically, I'm gonna try to clean 5 teeth at the beginning, and then get a cutscene skip, which involves taking damage as I clean the last tooth. Oh god. Alright, we're fine. Alright, and we're good. So yeah, by taking damage as the cutscene starts, the game doesn't register the cutscene starting, and so we're able to sink to the bottom as the cutscene's playing, which saves about 20 seconds. Or it's more like 15. So I know I told you guys El Piantissimo is fast, but we're going to do a little bit of a challenge here. I'm going to try to beat Piantissimo while climbing to the top of Noki Bay. And if I lose, then the run wasn't meant to be. But it's the ultimate challenge because we have to help El Piantissimo. Like sometimes, you know, he gets off to a slow start, so we need to make the race a little bit fairer by making it a bit harder. So this is for the fans. Uh-oh. That was actually not a good bonk. Oh no, he's gonna beat me. Guys, he's gonna beat me. And we're good. The run is alive. Hi, 1-ups. How's it going, boo? Dude, I thought things were gonna go bad after that bonk, but luckily, still beat him. Do not underestimate El Piantissimo, guys. He's pretty fast once he gets going. Alright, here's another thing for the fans. We're gonna go for Ham Cycle. By going very fast in the beginning of Noki 6, we can get up to this peg on the green side, which is very fast. I'm not super good at this strat yet, so that's why I had to hesitate a little bit there. It ended up not saving me any time, but I didn't lose any time from going for it. I got the hard part and then messed up the easy part because I was slow. Typical Paperario. Alright. So that was the last shine of the run. We have one more thing left, and that's Corona Mountain. And because Sunshine Runners like to put fast in front of everything they do today, we're going to go for something called Fast Corona. Ignore the entrance, it's all RNG manipulation. That was pretty scary, but that was Fast Corona. That was very scary, but I somehow got it.
Sure is, Papa. Come on in, Mama Peach.
And yeah, coming up on the end.
I think not. You again? Don't you ever give up?
Mario!
Golden cap check.
How dare you disturb my family vacation?
Alright, so this is Bowser. We're gonna try to go pretty fast. I hope Milk's here for time. Otherwise, this is gonna be pretty awkward. L button? That was sketchy. I thought I was dead. And time.
1:18:29.
Alright, not bad. Alrighty, hope you guys enjoyed this run. Make sure to follow me on Twitter, like my Instagram posts, check out my Snapchat story, follow me on Twitch, follow me on Twitter, retweet my tweets, do all that stuff, and stay tuned for Average Trey's run. He's also good at this game, but